Okay, I am on, and it's so bright out here I can't even see. But I just finished up watering, and honestly, I was repotting some things, and I thought I'd just come out. I realized that it was the end of the month, and I'd just do a quick little walkthrough before I turn this off for the end of the weekend. That still has to be watered. My big Stanhopa, Rickenbackiana. I still have to water this. This is my Seychelles. That needs watered for sure. Hey there, Tracy. This is soaking right now, along with the other pieces of it that I have on a mount, giving them some water. Hey, Nina. I finally cleaned up this. I mounted this Encyclia cross that's got a couple of new growths coming on it. Just wrap the roots all around that piece of chala. Had to, again, put some of the spray on those buds because those mealy bugs are really attracted to that spike. Um, yeah, this is soaking. This is my big Flickengeriana. No, Flickengeria, the Scopa. And the flower that it had on it, probably because we had a change in humidity, this probably got the bud. These bloom like Cruminatum. They are triggered by changes in barometric pressure. If there's a storm coming, they generally call Cruminatum the thunderstorm orchid. It just triggered to bloom during those periods, and we were having a lot of rain, and I had thought that some of those might be spikes or they could be new growths. One fell off, and I just mounted it on this piece of tree fern. So we'll see. The roots are still green, so it should be fine. These like a lot of water, like I said, and we haven't had water in the last few days, so I'm sure that's what attributed to that bud blasting wherever it went to. There it is. Looking Geriana. This is my other new one that had that little straggler on it. Looks like a Tolumnia. This is Leptotes tenuis. And this has been watered today while it's soaked. And really nice plant. Lots going on. That's that Phalaenopsis that I'm trying to rescue. Well, I have to rescue it because I've been looking for it and I can't find it now. So I have to. What else is over here? Just some. These have all been soaked. My encyclias, nice growth there. And also, when I looked on the basket, I thought I saw some green roots. Now I can't really see them. But anyway, we'll keep walking. Hey Denise, I moved my trichocentrums here, my Staceis, and this is another Tigrinum. And this is my first Tigrinum right here. So I'm moving things progressively from shade into more light. Because this is, you can see now, it still gets light. Whereas over here, which is where they were, there's more shade. These trichocentrums need to be moved out as well. When I go back here, I still don't smell any scent from my Grammatophyllum. I was under the impression that it had a foul scent. but I sure don't smell anything. Nada. But it's still nice. It's still very nice. I'm still enjoying having it. I believe it's a keeper. I love that unique color. It really is striking. This is a fairly new acquisition right here. This is a bulbophyllum cross. Beckery times echinolabium. And I put it on this tree fern with some extra moss, extra sphagnum. It's got a new growth there. Up here, this is my Angraecum scatianum. And let me see if I can show this off without messing it up. Yeah, it may not even fully be open because this is the spur that hangs down the back. Yeah, it's not really wanting to show off so well, but I can take it down and I'm gonna put it over here anyway. I'm liking this setup right here because this is sort of excess rainwater and it's a little puddle that I can just let stuff sit there and soak. I'm really loving that. But yeah, it is fragrant at night. And they are sequential. You can see there's another flower right there. So yeah, I'll just leave that sit there. And so yeah, it's not fully open because that will come open into sort of half moon. And you can see there are the sepals down there and you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so it still needs to open its right there. But that's what the flower will look like. And then you can see that there is another behind it. Yeah, there is another spike, but I think that spike might have blasted. It's somewhere. It might have blasted. I don't see it on the plant. But anywho, I'll get another flower, at least one more. I'll just leave that to soak there. It likes its water. And I am pleased to see when I get in close, there's a new leaf coming out there. So that's great. Trying to rescue that. Or bring it back, I should say. It's not a rescue. And I messed up on this plant today because if I can focus in, those little things right there, there was another one that I accidentally knocked off. It might have been up here, and it was a long rhizome about this long that I accidentally knocked off because I didn't know that it was a rhizome. So that happens, but now I know what to look for. That happens when you have such miniature plants. This is my longifolium, my longiflorum, the dark spot, bulbophyllum. And again, that is so nice. Grammatophyllum. Let's see what else. I showed this today in my video, but it's not a flower. It's just a bud right there. So it's going to rebloom again for me. That's special. And so yeah, I just moved this plant over here because it's got a new growth and it's got some action going on back here. This is my Dendrobium Andre Millar. That's my, still looking nice. I finally moved it out. Got some buds going on here. That's my Epi Green Hornet. And then this spike is still progressing. That's my Prostechia nivida, which is that. That'll be a reblooming for me. Um, that I showed that in my video. This is so fragrant. It's like a spicy jasmine. That's on my Docrilla Shoanina. Let's see. Still waiting on those buds to open on that. Nothing really happening on these. They're just growing. Roots are still going through the plant. There's another one of those little straggler plants with the roots attached to that tree fern. Here's my Sertorchis hanging out over here. Still looking pretty nice. Looking pretty fabulous, actually, if you ask me. This didn't bloom for me last year or this spring, the winter, but it's got a lot of roots going on in there. This will be due for a repot because I bet there is hardly any media in there, but we will see. Nice roots on that Cattleya that's recently put on that. And yeah, that's pretty much everything out here, I think. I believe so. Let's peek in here and see what's going on in here. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Smells so nice in this area. This Vanda Pura still looks really nice. This is probably going to be the last round of flowers. Well, I might get one more, but it looks like this spike is petering out. Yeah, I have a lot of stress going on, but today is a better day. So Friday was a bit trying, but this weekend so far has been quite nice. The weather's been excellent. It's my Hercoglossum. But yeah, I think I might get another flower there, but the other spikes have kind of petered out. But that's okay. There's something happening back there. Another growth or something happening, probably. And I do have another adorable upwind right here. Yes, yeah, the humidity is really low. It's probably about 60% humidity now outside as opposed to what it usually is. And it's in the 70s. So yeah, it's not hot at all. But yeah, that's my other adorable upwind, and it's got some new growths coming up. So this will be that hopefully pretty soon. And then I'll probably give one of them away. I'm sure that message was a foul message. But anyway, this is going to be very exciting. This is two of my favorite plants in one, Penny Carota and Jungle Gym. This is one of the very first, I'm pretty sure, yeah, SVO. This is one of the very first ones that I've ever been able to bloom. But I didn't buy it from Fred directly, so maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. And this is looking really nice. You can see the growths are, there's another one that's right there. And you can see they're bigger than all of the previous growths. So pretty soon that'll be bloom size, but that is a sport of this plant, which is Volcano Queen Fireball. And that's Volcano Queen Trick, I believe. Volcano Trick. No, Paradise. Volcano Trick Paradise. And this is Volcano Trick Fireball. Yeah, volcano trick fireball. So you would think that that plant has to get to be this size to bloom. Pretty, pretty. Really nice plant. I love that yellow, that tint. It's more lime. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but it's got lime definitely. Chartreuse going through there. Um, I'm really happy to see those new growths on my Dendrobium johnsonii. So that means that I'm probably going to keep it alive. Yay. And there's also another growth on that plant that's going to bloom. That Phalaenopsis, I believe, probably is recovered because it's just got a lot of growth and it looks like it's nice, shiny, healthy growths. Well, not necessarily this. I'm sure that this gets water dripped down on it, but the newest growths look very shiny and glossy and nice roots. So I could potentially add it over here to my Phalaenopsis wall. Did get this new flower open today. That is Sogoshito Kingfisher. And this other flower opened, but then this flower suddenly became fragrant, and it is really fragrant. Oh, so fragrant. But you have to put your nose up to it. I know, and this is alive as well. I mean, there is no crown on the plant, just one leaf. Same as this plant down here. So that's probably going to be two new plants. And that is my George Vasquez times Dragon Treat Eagle. So yeah, things are looking pretty nice, pretty good. I'm still getting another leaf on my Schilleriana here, and the other leaves are still staying on the plant. So, wow, that spike that's still going up that way. Still got another flower here. But yeah, everything is looking just great. Of course, Bastianii is fragrant. And I know I said that I was getting my order should be here Monday. I'm not even going to say my last order because I'm just going to do it. It's from Orchid Trail. So I ended up getting the plants that they first initially said one of them wasn't available, and then when they sent me my invoice, it suddenly showed up on it. So that was kind of peculiar. But I wasn't upset about it. I wasn't mad about it at all. This is also something exciting for me. This is my ORCHID, and this is a very slow growing Aranthes. And if you look inside there, there's another leaf that is coming out. I don't know if you can see that, maybe not. But it's showing signs of growth. And when I water this plant, the roots brown completely up. It's amazing. So this might look, you can see how that greened right up. I said brown, but you can see how that greens right up. Just like a Vanda. That's how you know that it's getting what it wants. That was quick. You saw that, right? You can see that right there. So even that one right in there, you can see that green. Those roots look like they're brown. Those are active roots. You can see the green in there once you put the water on them. But yeah, I know there's a new leaf in there. So I am gonna hang it up before I mess it up. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. Even there's some roots popping out on my venosa. So yeah, I'm really happy with how all of that is looking. Uh, and also, this is gonna bloom for me. This is my Cattleya guarianthe OJ, and also this. Let me see if I can show it. I bet I can't. No, I can't. But there is something in there, and also there is something in there. So that's exciting. And even though those are all new growths, that's exciting. That's my Ben Berlina, maxillaria. I'll take a new growth. Let me see what else. Not much down there because I've moved mostly everything. Yeah, there's just some fowls, some not fowls, paths, and a bobo down there. So there's nothing really, yeah. And I finally got this hanging up kind of proper. This is my Leptotes bicolor alba, and it's got 3 spikes on it. As you can see, kind of see the buds that are forming. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. And this was a little piece of my radiata that I took off, and I think it's doing pretty good. I just took it off of the main plant and just stuck it in some sphagnum, and that's happening, new growth happening, and all those roots just from one bulb. So yeah, things are looking good. Honestly, this is another thing that I want to show you. Nina, you might know, or all of you all might know. This is my Charles Worthii. Okay, here I am. As I was saying, I'm back. As I was saying, I got this last fall. I'm going now. I'm starting over, Nina. I brought down my Charles Worthii, and so it bloomed. I bought it in bloom, and this is the fan that it bloomed from. And then it put up these 2 new growths, and it's got still progressing. But then I looked, and I see, and it's probably just a new leaf, and I'm sure it is just another leaf. But that could be. It's looking more and more like a flower bud. I don't know. It could be just another flower because you can see the flower is quite striped, but it's still blooming. These are Charles Worthii is reputedly a cool grower, and I knew that when I got it. But I don't mind a challenge, and it was a decent price for a blooming size Charles Worthii because you generally, yeah, that's what I thought, Nina. That's what I thought, especially because, and also because Ed, he always says when the fans start to spread down at the bottom, spread out, that is when it's going to bloom. So that will be very exciting because I have always heard that Charles Worthii was one of the most difficult. Well, there's a lot of difficult orchids, but it was one of the most difficult paths. Yeah, fingers crossed. But I'm happy with new growths. I mean, I'm very happy with. Even this seems like it's late. Guatemalensis generally is a spring bloomer, although it is spring, I guess. But yeah, that one fasciata that I have in my kitchen, I think it's going to be okay. The one that has the spikes on it, one of the leaves fell off of it. I have to show it again sometime. One of the leaves fell off of it, and Actually, it has no leaves, it just has roots. This crown, that's crazy. Yeah, that is great news. But anywho, I am going to get off of here. I think I showed you everything pretty much. Pretty much did. I really wish I would see some new growth or something happening on my Nindy. And I think I need to cut some more off of this because that's just too much shade. I want there to be more sun. It's only what? It's just two something, 3 o'clock. Yeah. Also, I'm getting another new growth back there. That's my Laelia canariensis. So yeah, things are looking nice. I'm really happy. Really, really happy. But I need to, yep, here I am. Here I am. I'm really pleased with those new growths that's on my Bobettes, White Lightning, and these spikes are still progressing on my Distincta. There's a spike, and there's another spike right there, and then there's that spike. So yeah, there's things going on, things happening. A lot of nice new growth on my Orchid that I mounted on there. There's more down here. Yeah, hopefully this will, I got it. The key is to keep these roots hydrated. The warmer that the weather gets, the more times that I dunk the plant. Same with this. These roots are key and crucial. These are what keep the plant completely alive. So in these, I have to spray these roots. You can't just water down there. You have to mist. They depend on that spray that they get to keep those aerial roots moist. So that is how you manage and keep angraecums that are mounted more successfully in good health. It's the roots. It is the roots. The more roots that you get, the more flowers that you get. That's the rule for angraecums in general. More flowers you get, the more leaves you get, the more flowers you get. So yeah, seeing leaves come up is a good thing because that means if it's blooming size, then you will get more flowers. Yeah. Yep. The more leaves that you get per season, the more flowers you'll get at the end of the season. That's how you know. Same with all of them. That's why you have to make sure that they are well hydrated because these take up a lot of water, more than you would even imagine. I mean, some of these angraecums hang over streams, and if you can see how their roots are hanging down here, you can imagine that they would be hanging down actually into the stream, constantly soaking up the water. I mean, not to that extreme, but I can imagine their roots trailing down somehow into the water to get that drink constantly. So I'm going to hang this up. And I hope Todd sees that because there's my little Pandorata. I'm teasing. But yeah, same with my Jamelia. The key is those roots, the aerial roots. You have to keep them moist. And I've done this before. I'm just showing you again just how they turn. You can see they're turning green already. Yeah, you can see the green. These have been watered enough. I was just sort of demonstrating how it's all the same principle. And this is also an angricoid, so it depends on those aerial roots, just like that does. Same as my Dendrobium alexandri. This is loves a lot of water, and it depends on, if I stuck that in water, those roots would turn green, and that's when I know that it has had enough. No, it hasn't. I am waiting. This is my Jamelia fragrans. I've got, well, I don't have it anymore, but I did have a Jamelia comorensis that bloomed for me a couple of years. Did pretty well. And this is another one that I have to water often. This is my not Angranthes, it's an Aranthes, grandiose. And it finally dropped the flower that it had, but these are sequential as well. And you can see that there's another one waiting. If it'll, you can kind of see the flower. And then there will be another one, and then so on and so forth. Same as this spike that is still developing, but it's the same principle. You can kind of see at the tip of it is kind of forming into what will probably be a bud. And as long as that stays green, it is possible of blooming. So, yeah, that's that. That is that. Yeah, but it took me a long time to figure out angraecums. Honestly, I killed so many before I really realized that it was more about the roots. That, you know, in the wintertime, it's more important to miss the roots than it is to actually water the plant. And see, like, I want to make sure that all of these aerial roots that are hanging down in between the plants, so I just like to let them sit right in the puddle, let them get a little bit moist down in there, and that way they'll stay nice and green and active, and that'll keep the plant alive. And yeah, so I should be getting some flowers soon. I'm smelling something now, but it might not even be from my yard. You know what? It's probably my Van Dop, you know what I'm trying to say, the one in there. But yeah, these are getting a little plump, the sheaths. This is my reniferum, and this is a big spike, bigger than all the rest of them, so I'm happy with that. And when I look down at kind of a shabby plant, there is a couple more new growths coming up. This is an active new growth, so it is putting up more new growths. Here's another new growth over here that's hiding right there. So yeah, I am managing to keep it alive, and that's great, because this is for me a bucket list. And there's another sheath. Yeah, they're getting fat and plump, so something should be going on. And I did show this in my video today, my Laelia anceps with all the nice roots. Remember, we were having that discussion about how my anceps is terrible looking. I remember. And I just said, oh well. And I haven't really done anything to it since then. I'm not sure what that is. But it's on a old leaf. Yeah, that's 2 growths ago. Yeah, that's last year's. Yeah, so it's doing okay. It is doing okay. It got a nice soak. I didn't know if it was going to do well in that basket. I just had my doubts, but it's doing fine. I did repot that today. This is my rustic spots. So it does have, there's a growth over there, and there's some roots coming. There's another new growth there. But yeah, everybody, I am going to get off of here. I thank you all for showing up. Let me see if there's anything that I forgot. Probably not. Probably not. Well, let me go in here for a second. Yeah, this is what I smelled outside. This is nice growth on this. This is my Siam Jade. And this is the latest growth, and it's going up and up and up. But what I was going to show you was this, my Marii, and the spike is still there. Yay. Yay. Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And I have actually caught up with my orchid doing. I've repotted mostly everything for now. Yeah, I've done everything. So all I have to do is a little sweeping and I am done. So I am happy to start the week fresh, and I'll make sure that I show you my new orchids. I probably won't do an unboxing. I don't want to make much of a fanfare about it, but I'll probably do a video and just show off my new plants tomorrow from Orchid Trail. So thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and enjoy your orchids. Bye.